12th season, the Dunlop National Rally Championship brings us to every corner of the country in Ireland. This weekend, we're in the beautiful Kingdom of Kerry for the third round of this exciting championship. The competitors will tackle the infamous Headley's Bridge stage and Desmond's Grave stage this morning. We've seen these before. However, then they will tackle in the afternoon the Slieve Mountains, a new challenge for many of the competitors this year. We've seen two different winners on the first two opening rounds. Will we have a new winner here this evening? Stay with us.
With rally headquarters at the Carlton Hotel in Tralee, the beautiful Kingdom of Kerry provided a majestic backdrop to the third round of the Dunlop Championship. Even with the support of local fans, a win on home soil wasn't going to be a breeze for the #1 seed, Thomas Fitzmaurice.
Seeded #1 on the road. That's putting another bit of pressure on me. But no, I'm gonna drive my own rally today now and see how we get on.
It's absolutely great to get that win in Mayo there now, and so we're going to try very hard now to see can we get something in this rally.
Everyone is out for the win today, it seems.
I think so. It's going to be tough out there, so I'd say whoever takes or gets away with the least amount of mistakes will probably come out with the win at the end of the day.
With 4 stages repeated twice, the morning loops consisted of the Headley's Bridge and Desmond's Grave tests, situated north of Castle Island. There were plenty of prime locations for the spectators along the route, and the home crowds weren't disappointed as Thomas Fitzmaurice used his local knowledge to carve a 23-second lead after the opening loop. Runner-up the last 2 years, including one tiebreaker decider, Kerry-born Kevin Barrett was looking to set the record straight this year, but held second after the first 2 stages.
Straight crest and right pier, and straight crest, all okay, 200. Turn square right. 40. Left continues into 3 left, 60, 2 right.
Brian O'Mahony slotted into 4th place after the opening loop.
3 right, 30, 7 left, keep left, late over crest, jump and flat 5 right. 30, flat 6 right long, 40, 3 right, keep right for flat 5 left long, small good early, 40, crest and 4 left, tightens to 5 sharp, 40 braking, crest and 7 right, shiny.
Roy White was 6th quickest on the opening stage before an electrical fault, then a dropped valve forced him to retire the Rover. First Group N car out of the blocks was the Subaru of Colin Murphy. The Limerick man struggled for grip on the dusty stages and held second in class after stage 2.
That kind of dry car could wreck my car today, but just trying to get it. Very dusty. The stage is very dusty, and I'm just trying to hold my own. I'm not going to even think about the boys in the Mark IIs. They're just going way too fast.
Amongst the Mark II crews was older brother Tony Murphy with wife Breege navigating. However, they weren't quite on the pace of Colum or the top Mark II crews, such as Mike Quinn and Gráinne McEnery, who were 9th overall and 3rd in class after the opening loop.
Turn square right. Turn square right, 60. 1 right, 60. And 1 left, 100.
After a relatively slow opening stage, Frank Kelly and Liam Brennan sprung to life on the second test to lead the 2-wheel drive section in the sideways Mark II. A stage 2 stall cost Declan Boyle the class lead. The Donegal man held second in class and 7th overall at the first service halt.
And then a 1 left, 40, and down to the hairpin left. 1 left, 40, hairpin left. Hairpin left, and a square right. Square right. And keep right on a 3 left, keep right, and it tightens, it double tightens.
Back in Group N, there was an early retirement for Kevin Kelleher when his Mitsubishi's Turbo went on stage 1. There was retirement also for Shane Maguire, his 2nd non-finish in a row. Fellow Monaghan native Josh Moffat admitted he was still too cautious after his recent accident. Throwing caution to the wind were Mark Donnelly and Andrew Purcell, who held third in Group N and 10th overall. But quickest Group N crews so far were Eugene Meagan and Brian Sharkey in the Lancer Evo 10. The Louth crew held 6th overall after stage 2. It was proving a torrid event for John McQuaid, who was beset with issues on the opening loop.
The drama's happening for you this morning on the Kerry stages, John.
Yeah, an eventful start. So it was overshot the very first junction on the first stage. Then the plug leads come off in the middle of it and a bit of a puncture towards the end. So all happened. Hopefully that's the end of it now.
In Class 13, there was an epic battle developing between a number of the crews, with the Mark 1 escort of Kerryman Tommy Mason holding second in class after the opening loop. Third in class were more locals, Charlie and Johnny Hickey. Tipperary man James Coleman was further back in 5th place.
Square left at 130 up. 30 up. The long tree left under bridge continues for 100. The long tree left continues and continues. 60 continues. 60. The long tree right continues and continues past me.
The top of Class 13 so far was Clare crew Frank Sweeney and Jane Cogan. Tim Enright and Stephen Buckley held 4th in class on their home event.
Into a 4 left, here's the 4 left. Into a 4 right and a 6 right long at the bridge. 40 out of it. Into a 2 left.
Meanwhile, after the repeat run through the stages, Thomas Fitzmaurice's lead had been reduced to just 11 seconds by a hard-charging Brian O'Mahony, who climbed from 4th to 2nd after stage 4.
Everything clicked there now in that last loop. The tyres, the car, everything, myself worked well. So, we've pulled back quite a lot of the time and we're in a better position this time.
It took a while for Brian O'Mahony to blow off the cobwebs, but he's done that now, Thomas. I'm sure you're feeling the pressure.
Oh my God, yeah, he's on my tail. Yeah, we had a spin there, but apart from the spin, we had a great lead built up this morning, a lot of hard work done. Apart from the spin, Brian was taking chunks of time off us, plus the spin. I'm going to have to drive on. We've been here before with Brian and we'll be here again with Brian, and this is what makes it interesting.
It had become even tighter in the two-wheel drive battle, where Frank Kelly's lead was cut to just 1 second by a resurgent Declan Boyle.
Mr. Boyle is putting the pressure on, Frank.
Well, he's putting serious pressure on. There's only 1 second in it now. I don't seem to have any answer to him in the really fast stuff, which is usually the places I go better. But in the tight, twisty stuff, we're getting a bit out of him and keeping it honest.
Yes, we're pushing hard now. I like stage 1 there, which is stage 3 there again, and stage 4 there. I didn't like that one, but we went as hard as we could on. We took 1 second out of them there. We took 7 out of them on stage 3. So there's 1 second now in between us. So we'll keep chipping away. There's 2 fresh stages now again to go out to. So it'll be fresh. We'll have to back off now again. Till we get over the first loop to see what it's like.
So with the daunting mountain stages still to come, it was all to play for at the top of the leaderboard. Welcome back to part 2 of the Circuit of Kerry Rally, where the action moved to the stunning Dingle Peninsula for the afternoon stages which traversed the Slieve Mountains. First to tackle the demanding Rocky Road and Scotia's Grave stages was Thomas Fitzmaurice. The local man wasn't happy with his drive over the mountains, and his overall lead was cut to just 9 seconds. Launch control problems and an overheating engine forced Kevin Barrett into retirement after stage 5. The loop went very well for Niall Maguire. The Monaghan man was joint quickest on stage 5 and quickest on stage 6 to trail Brian O'Mahony by just 3 seconds.
Fast, 3 left in at the bottom. 3 left in, 80, flat crest. In the flat crest, 100. Flat crest, the entrance, 60. Flat crest, 120. Flat crest, slight right, slight left and right over crest, 40 down to the dip, watch it. 100, 5 left, don't cut. 5 left. Big jump on that.
Joint quickest with Maguire on stage 5, Brian O'Mahony closed to just 9 seconds behind leader Thomas Fitzmaurice.
Remember, 40, flat 2 right into big crest jump and 2 left, 2 right, keep right, opens over crest braking, keep middle straight, 40, danger, 7 left over crest off camber, continues okay, 60, 6 right braking, into crest, tightens to 7 left, keep left, into 8 right, don't cut, 7 left, and into flat 6 right, 100 is braking, down the middle, crest, and sudden 8 left.
Having briefly taken the Group N lead, Colin Murphy's rally was laid to rest on the Scotia's Grave stage when the Limerick man put his Subaru off the road. This put Eugene Meakin back on top in the production class. The Louth man held 7th overall. 6 seconds ahead in 6th place, Mike Quinn was doing well to hold 3rd in class despite persistent brake problems in the Mark II.
2 right over crest bump, 150 bumpy. Bump 80, 1 left 80, and 1 right into 2 left, 1 right into 2 left.
Frank Kerry was still the man to beat in the 2-wheel drive class and was up to 4th overall after stage 6. Piling on the pressure though was Declan Boyle, who was quicker than Kelly on stage 6, but still trailed the Tyrone man by 4 seconds with 1 loop to go.
3 right tightens, 1 left continues. 1 left continues for 140. 40 and then a 2 right flowing, 60. Long 2 right and a 2 left, watch her over the bump. And back off, square left. Back off, square left.
Thrilling the local crowds with his sideways Mark I Escort was Class 13 leader Tommy Mason, who really enjoyed the challenging mountain stages.
No cuts being taken on those stages.
Yeah, very good now. Very bumpy into that there, but it was okay. It was okay. We'll keep going.
Looking forward to the second time round?
Definitely, yeah. We'll try and knock a little bit off it.
Another to enjoy the afternoon stages was Charlie Hickey in the Mark II Escort.
Well, how did that loop go for you?
Absolutely brilliant. It was really good coming down the mountain. Massive.
The mountain stages were certainly proving popular with 2-wheel drive crews, including James Coleman and Kay Shanahan.
2 left over bumps, okay, 270 up the middle. 270 up the middle, turn 5 left, small loop. 5 left, turn 5 left, watch it. 60. Flat crest, 1 right, to 1 right, 270.
I have to say that one I really loved it. There's massive grip. I mean, to be honest, rallying doesn't get much better breed than this, to be honest about it.
The junior battle took place over stages 3, 4, 5 and 6, and finishing 3rd in the class was Limerick's John O'Connor with local co-driver Gerard Conway.
Left at pole, 100 to crest and bad bump, 80 to crest and jump maybe, 100 to crest and jump maybe, 120 to 2 crest and dip, 180 to 3 left, hole inside, 80.
Runners-up in the class were Chris Snow and Sean Brunton. But taking the junior class win were Cork's Bernard Foley and Paul Toomey.
4 right over crest bump, 100 over bumps. 4 right, 100 over bumps. To 2 left over bump, 40. To mid flat at the top. To 1 left. And caution, 3 left over crest, 80.
It was a home win in the historic class for Dennis Collins and Tommy Kaman, who also led the class in the top part West Coast Championship. Back to the main field now, it was a disappointing non-finish for Galway's Michael Keneally, who crashed his Class 2 Civic on stage 4. Second in Class 2 and joint winners of the Dunlop Drive of the Day award were Cork's Jason Rycroft and Nicole O'Shea, who shared the award with Class 2 winners Adrian Cannon and Niall Morley. With number 50 on the door, Cork's Stephen Kerry celebrated his 50th event with a Class 3 win alongside co-driver Breda O'Driscoll. Wexford crew Frank Dwyer and Michelle Stafford won Class 5 in the Ford car. Galwegians Stephen Greeny and Kieran Feeney won Class 6 and finished 20th overall in the Suic. Nick Keneally took 3rd in Class 10 on his home rally.
4 left of the yellow pier into the square right. 4 left, square right. Right. 6 left, 8 here. 6 left and 6 right, don't put.
Winners of Class 10 on the opening 2 rounds, Michael Carbon had to settle for the runner-up spot in Kerry. Taking the win were cabin crew Patrick and Gary Kiernan, who finished 19th overall in the Escort. 17th overall and 2nd in Class 11 were Monaghan's Seamus Connolly and Gary McCrudden. Fellow Monaghan crew Ryan Loughran and James McCarville took the Class 11 win and finished 13th overall. Tipperary's William Kavanagh and Olivia Cohn won Class 12. In the hotly contested Class 13 battle, one of the early casualties was Owen Woods, who crashed out on the opening stage.
Tight 3 left over 3 left again, and 7 turns square left over gravel. 7 turns square left over gravel after this. And go again, Owen Woods, go again, come on, go! Go on! Flat 2 left 100 and slow, 4 right continues and double tightens, watch it. Double tightens now, watch it, 4 right double tightens. Watch it, a double tightens.
Almost undone by a rogue soft drink bottle on stage 6, Neelis Carroll was glad to get a finish on his home rally. Another crew happy to get to the finish line of their local event was Philip Darcy and Tony Healy.
And a 1 left, it turns square right to 100. Nice and tidy around the bend. Turns square right around the bend, nice and tidy. Come on, go now, all the way to finish. Go on, 200, all the way. Go now. 1 left over Chris, finish. And Chris hits 250 all the way, well done.
Cork's Joe McSweeney and Finbar O'Mahony finished 6th in Class 13 and 14th overall. 12th overall and 5th in Class 13 were locals Tim Enright and Stephen Buckley. 15 seconds quicker to take 4th in class and 11th overall was James Coleman. Charlie and Johnny Hickey finished 3rd in class and 10th overall on their home rally. Clare crew Frank Sweeney and Jane Cogan went 11 seconds quicker to finish 2nd in Class 13 and 9th overall. But it was a home win in Class 13 for Tommy Mason, who finished 8th overall with co-driver Podge Doody. In Class 14, local crew Pat Barry and Stephen O'Connell took 4th place and finished 15th overall. 4 minutes ahead was fellow Kerryman Mike Quinn, who finished 3rd in Class 14 and 6th overall. A minute quicker was Declan Boyle, who had to settle for 2nd in Class 14 and 15th overall. Behind class winners and top 2-wheel drive crew Frank Kelly and Lean Brennan, who finished a brilliant 4th overall. In the 4-wheel drive section, it was victory in Class 8 for Clare crew Anthony Breen and Fergal Kane in the Subaru. New York-based Longford man Enda McCormack finished 2nd in Class 15 with co-driver Martin Brady. Taking the Class 15 win on home turf was Kevin O'Sullivan and Martin O'Riordan. In Group N, Mark Donnelly had been pushing for the win, but gearbox trouble forced retirement after stage 6. Tipperary's Andrew Slattery finished 3rd in Group N and 18th overall.
And 4 left, don't cut. 50. 124 left, don't cut. 50. 2 left. 2 left. middle through bridge, 80 over crest, and fast 4 right. 80 over crest, fast 4 right.
Monaghan's Josh Moffat took second in class and 16th overall with co-driver Donal Lennon. It was a convincing class win in the end for Eugene Megan and Brian Sharkey, who finished 7th overall in the Evo 10. In the overall battle, a final stage puncture put pay to Niall Maguire's push for a win. He had to settle for 3rd on the podium. Having edged into a 1-second lead after stage 7, Brian O'Mahony was then pipped by 1 second on the last test, leaving him tied with Thomas Fitzmaurice. This meant for the 5th time in recent history, the Circuit of Kerry would be decided by a tiebreak. With the rules stating that the quickest time on the final stage takes the win, it meant that local man Fitzmaurice was declared winner after yet another dramatic finish in the Circuit of Kerry rally. Unsurprisingly, there was a warm welcome for the winners back at the Carlton Hotel in Tralee. And among the crowd was Thomas Fitzmaurice's wife and 2 young daughters who were delighted to share in the celebrations.
I told Brian I probably wouldn't push it the last stage because we blew this into diff going into the last one, and you know what, I couldn't let it after me. You know, the hunger was there and we took the chance coming down the hill, and she might hold, she mightn't, and you know it did, and I'm so delighted, I really am.
I lost so much time over the first 2 stages, and after that I was on the back foot, but I thought we had it there. But sure, look, listen, and Goblin, fair play to him, he went hard on the last one and just got it. So
those conditions, it's hard to get the tyres right. It's so warm, tyres tend to go off so much, but we had a very consistent tyre. The whole thing worked fierce well. It's great to be competitive with Declan. You know, he's a tarmac man out and out, and it's great to be competitive with him. A fantastic rally and well run.
Finally getting his championship off the ground with the Group N win was Louth's Eugene Megan.
Yeah, well, after retirement in Bore, now we couldn't go to Mayo. We needed a win here, so we'll see what happens then for the rest of the season, you know.
Well, it couldn't have been any closer at the top of the timesheets, and that tie-break win for Thomas Fitzmaurice also moves him up to 1st on the championship points table after round 3.